Hey everyone, this is William with the Facebook page Scamming Scammers Action and the YouTube channel Scamming Scammers. I am here with Anne, my fiance and page owner, channel owner. You guys asked about doing an interview to kind of find out more about her since you always see me in the videos doing the Q&As. We thought it would be great for you guys to get to know Anne, and we have all of your questions that you guys have asked. If I missed any questions, please forgive me. I hope I got everybody's questions in. So we're going to start interviewing Anne. First of all, we'll start off with the basics. Anne, where are you? Where are you
I'm in
from?
Australia.
She's from Australia. And when did you first get on social media?
Look, I was the slow one. I didn't actually join up to Facebook till oh, 2012.
Okay.
I was one of those people that went, no, not doing it. It became such a big thing, and I was like, no, 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 no. And then I did,
And then you
and
joined
I
it,
got scammed.
and you asked Anne. So, with joining social media kind of late, tell us, basically, you were a victim of a romance scam. How did it start and what happened?
Okay. By the way, everybody, if you hear birds, dogs, housemates, whatever, please forgive me. But yeah, I went on to Facebook eventually after trying not to. And Facebook, I don't know if they still have it, but they used to have um, a place there where you could meet people. I can't remember what it's called. Um, I didn't know anything about social media at all and absolutely nothing about romance scams. So it was really hard, and I just went with it. And somebody approached me, or actually about 14,000 people. Well, I'm being a bit, but yeah, lots of people jumped on me when I joined this. It was whatever it was actually associated with Facebook, and a guy was really really nice to me, and I ended up getting emotionally scammed. I did not send the money. He was an oil rig one. We all know that's very common now. But back then, I knew absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I didn't know this kind of thing existed. But that's what happened. I fell emotionally
Hmm.
victimed by a romance scam.
And so you didn't lose any money, and as my understanding, he eventually had asked you for money, right?
Absolutely. He ended up asking me for $1,000. He wanted me to send it to someone in Nigeria
Hmm.
to help with the oil rig. After doing this for 8 years nearly, I now know how ridiculous it sounds to myself, but like most victims that come to us for help, but I had no idea, and it's really easy if you have no idea. He asked me for $1,000, and I didn't know what to do. I mean, I had money to do so. I now don't. I'm quite, just get by. Uh, let's face it,
Yeah.
we're all human. However, I do have money, but yeah, that's when the red flags really got me. But he did send me a lot of stuff and isolated me, and also um, totally made me feel like I'm at it, and I was lonely.
Yeah. And so when you suspected that it was a scam, did you kind of do some digging to find out what was going on? Did you try to investigate him yourself? How did you come to the conclusion that yes, this is a fake, a romance scammer?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. What I did was, yeah, when I started to feel it was a bit weird, the Nigeria part and whatever, I had other people. I did have other people say to me, "This sounds not right."
Hmm.
Um, but I don't have many people in my life personally, but people were concerned, and a few issues were raised, and I decided to Google, and I found out about these kind of scams.
Okay, and when you found out that it was a scam, of course, you said you used Google, and you discovered the man in the photo. It was a stolen photo. When you did discover that, and you found out who he was, did you go looking for the man in the photo to make contact with him?
Absolutely not. No, no. I found out he was a pastor
Hmm.
um, who was married with 6 kids,
Okay. So you
and I
you you
thought,
made the conscious
no.
choice not to disturb him because you knew it wasn't him that was scamming you, and it was his just a stolen photo. It wasn't at fault at all.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why I never contacted the man. I haven't seen his photos for a long time,
Mhm.
um, but yeah, I did find him, but I did not contact because absolutely, I thought, well, this guy, it's not him.
Mhm.
So I just left him alone. He was obviously a married pastor with 6 children, and I thought, no, 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 just walk away.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Okay. So some of our page fans had a few questions. I just wanted to let everyone know a little synopsis of what your story is and what happened to you. But a few people had some great questions, and one of the questions that
Oh,
were asked from some of our page friends,
and and I don't even know the question.
yeah, she doesn't know the questions.
I, I I might own the page, but I do not know your question.
Yeah, I didn't tell her any of the questions, so she's answering them right on the fly as I ask them.
oh,
Um,
oh, dearie.
but one of the interesting questions someone asked, and it's kind of great for this because a lot of people suffer after being scammed. How did you control and deal with the trauma, and how long did it take you to heal from this emotional scam?
Oh, wow. Um, Look, I I dealt with it pretty quick. Um, when I found out what was going on, I'm the kind of person that just goes at it. So I thought, what can I do in a positive way to release the anger, the shame, the embarrassment, and all the other feelings that go into it um, to get through this? So I started the page, Scamming Scammers. Um, Sadly, we've lost our page so many times, but the first page I started, I did it pretty quick. Um, I decided to just go into mode and go, right, not going to let this happen to other people, or at least try to, help
Yeah.
some other people. And to me, that's a blessing, and that's why I do what I do every day, and I have done for all these years.
And your scammer, he just approached you on one of those meet me type of deals on Facebook. Looking back at it now, do you see some of the red flags? Did he call you, dear, queen, those type of things?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But the thing is, if you've never, if you don't know about these kind of scams, you, there's no way in hell that you pick up on those red flags. So even though I run a page now that tries to help people, I know that someone comes to me and says, "Is this fake?" and I just see this instant red flag, and I feel bad because I actually didn't see those flags. I didn't know there were flags.
Hmm.
I didn't know this existed.
Yeah.
It was so easy to fall into it. And everybody has times in their life where they are vulnerable for different reasons.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And your scammer, he actually sent you flowers through the delivery service, and those are the flowers that are on the Facebook page as well as the YouTube channel. Um, Knowing that he sent you flowers, and now knowing that they were probably purchased with a stolen credit card, Um, and your scammer, you had mentioned before that he had made threats to you when you didn't send the money. Was there any repercussion from his threats?
Oh, absolutely not.
Hmm.
As far as flowers go, now I know that was some of the victim's money or stolen credit card details, and that makes me sad. If I ever knew, I'm not going looking, but if I ever found out accidentally whose money it was, I would give it back.
Hmm.
Um, the death threats and all kinds of scary things that happened when I didn't send the money. It only happened for about a week. It was like 24 hours a day. Phone calls, phone calls, phone calls, phone calls, and I yelled and screamed and told them off, and then I realised if I ignored them, um, they eventually went away,
Hmm.
found someone else. And as sad as that is what happened. And it still happens, and we see it every day.
Hmm.
So I was I was relieved when it stopped, but I still have the same phone number. I still have the same address. I've been living where I live for 8 years. Um, our profile photo is on my back table, and I'm sitting there right now. And nothing has ever happened to me. You know,
Hmm.
I now know the threats are empty, but at the time, yeah, it's pretty scary stuff.
And after dealing with it, how did it affect your life afterwards? Were you, fearful for a while? Were you worried somebody may come to your house, or were you scared to get back online and start chatting to people?
No, no, no. When I realised it was all just rubbish and their threats were crap and where they're from, and there's no way they're going to come to Australia because they didn't get $1,000.
Yeah.
I was like, well, yeah, no. I went on the front foot. I just wanted to try to get as many people as I could to know, it's okay if you didn't know about this, you're not stupid, and yeah, pretty much to just keep blocking, blocking, blocking. Do never respond. Don't respond. They move on. Time is money,
Yeah.
you know.
Um, Someone had asked an interesting question too, and this probably just ties into you being victimized online by the scammer. But at what moment did were you propelled to go ahead and start this cause, this noble cause of helping others? What inspired you and propelled you to change the world by educating people through your page? Did you realize that it would empower so many people?
I think anger. I was really angry, um, and I felt stupid.
I
Um,
think a lot of victims do in the beginning.
yeah, I know I'm a very intelligent person, and that's the thing. I have a high IQ. I'm intelligent. How did this happen? Um, it's shameful. Um, but I thought the best thing I could do was to throw it out there and go, you know what? This happened to me. It could happen to you. Um, and I'm very, very, very passionate about, how many people can we save?
Yeah. So after being scammed and all this is over, this was in 2012, and we're in 2020 now.
Yeah.
What's your ultimate drive now after all these years?
Well, that's a good question, William. But
Thank you, Anne.
I love you.
Yeah,
Um,
I know.
I, you know,
I love you too. But that's a great question that somebody asked.
why do I still do it?
Yeah,
Well,
what drives you to keep doing it after all this time? I mean, most people that have been scammed, they move on and say, "Okay, fine, I'm done." But you keep into this subject. You keep going year after year with this.
I think I think because it really, really hurt me.
Hmm.
It did. Uh, you know, I was really lonely, and it broke my heart to find the truth. It really broke my heart. Um, so even after all these years, and you know, you and I have been together for 5 years, 6 years, sorry, um, and we're still not in the same country, so everyone know that.
Yeah.
But we're going through immigration,
Right.
which isn't looking good right this moment, obviously. Um, but I keep doing it because I'll never forget how it felt to feel so alone and so isolated and just have no one or nothing. And finding the truth was absolutely heartbreaking.
I understand. And it is for a lot of victims because it is very real. And people, talk to these men and women online in a romance type of setting, and it's like a real relationship. And when it ends, it's the same emotional, roller coaster that you would go through if you were in person. And a lot of people that have never been romance scammed don't seem to understand that. One of the questions that somebody
You're
asked,
right.
yeah,
I'm just going to say, yeah, you're right. It's the same feeling as grief because it was real to you.
yeah,
It's like I thought, oh, someone actually really cares about me now. This is awesome. But when it's gone and you realize the truth, it's like you don't want to let go of those feelings.
yeah.
Um, it's very very difficult to let go. Uh, it's as I said, I didn't know your question, but here we go. Um, it, it's very very difficult. It's like grief.
Yeah.
It was very real to me,
Mhm.
um, and it is very real to all victims.
Yeah.
So it is quite okay. I now realise to feel the emotions of grief. You
Mhm.
get angry, you get sad, you get, embarrassed, you get all kinds of shame, and it's okay, and that's why I keep doing it. That's why I keep doing it
Yeah.
because there are new day, new people looking for people like me.
Mhm. And one of the questions somebody asked, and I'll answer part of it because it's just something that we cover on our Q and A's, is how do you guys find the real person behind the fake profile, and how do you find the stolen photo? And basically, like we tell people all the time, sometimes through payment details, sometimes through a phone number, sometimes the scammer leaves their real photos open on the profile. And as far as finding who the stolen photo is of, if they're a famous person,
We
most
don't
times,
care.
well, yeah, we they come up in Google, but if it doesn't come up in Google, it might be a stolen photo of your neighbor, and you're never going to find who they are. But one of the questions that was always posed to us, and I know you're very passionate about this as well. Do you recommend going to look for the man in the stolen photo and make contact
Well,
with him?
I'm just gonna say I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Um, I don't care who the person is in the photo.
yeah,
If we know it's stolen, it does not matter who that person is. They are a victim of photo theft and nothing more. So to interrupt their lives, their relationships, their families, I understand how victims can say, but I need to do that to find closure. I get that. I get it. But do you really want to, you know, upset someone else's life? It's
well,
not their fault.
yeah, and the person, I mean, I've had hundreds of victims say, "Well, I want the man to know so he's aware." And what people don't realize
Um,
is there's nothing they can do, and most of them don't care.
and quite frankly, I've been doing the page this morning and I have posted, knowing we were going to talk,
Hmm.
um, one military man's response about that and how he's been victimised because of it. So, you know, th-
Well,
there's got
and
to be other ways. You know,
well,
mine is to educate people,
yeah,
but there's got to be other ways that you need to find as a victim, as a survivor,
Mm.
um, to not contact these people. It's horrible.
It is, and they're victims too. And most of them are stolen photos of men who are married, men who might have passed away, and also on that aspect too, you might go look for the man in the stolen photo and find another fake who will pretend to be the real man in the photo, and that's a very dangerous game to play when doing that.
We see that a lot, don't
Yeah,
we, William? We
we do,
do.
we do.
We see it so often when someone is in love and got scammed and whatever, and then they go, "Oh, it's all right, I found him,"
Hmm.
and it's another fake using the same photo.
Yeah,
Um, they're getting rescanned and rescanned and rescanned. Oh, my account was hacked. Oh, hang on, no, that wasn't mine. This is me.
yeah.
He's pretending to be me. We see it all the time, and it's not cool. People need to realize common sense.
They do, and so many, they waste their time trying to look for this man, and we've had victims that have
Yeah.
become upset and said, "Well, I found the real man, and he told me to go to hell," and it's like, yes, because you're harassing him. So, I hope that does answer some people's questions. We have a couple more questions that people wrote in, if you don't mind. One,
Mm, I don't know.
you don't
What?
know.
what uh,
One of them is
I'm not sure I trust you now. You sound a bit cheeky.
Yeah, well, the last few are some fun questions, but this one's a little bit more serious. It's what is your opinion, Anne, of the surge of scammers since COVID-19? Are there more than usual, or is it staying the same?
Oh, absolutely.
It's very busy.
Absolutely. Of course there are.
Yeah.
Anything that happens in the world, whether it be COVID-19, whether it be an earthquake or a shooting or
A war,
you
social
know,
media.
going on. Yeah, people jump. No, the scammers jump all over that. They're
Yeah,
like, yeah, we know what's going on, and they'll come to you.
yeah,
So basically, if you want to help people, you need to make sure you're doing it through the right channels.
yeah.
Finding the correct website and not believing everything you see on Facebook. I mean, without swearing, and I nearly did.
Mm,
Um, yeah, so many things on Facebook are not real.
yeah.
You need to go to the right places.
True. That's very true. And a lot of rumors and things start on Facebook. And there's a lot of bad pages out there as well on Facebook that are not doing the right thing. I say this,
Yeah.
we had a victim that paid $300 to have a anti-scam page look at the man in the stolen photo. That's not what an anti-scam page is for. They should be
See,
free.
that makes me want to cry.
Yeah, that's a scam,
Oh,
anti-scam page scamming people.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
Never, ever, ever, ever pay somebody
mhm,
to do what you can do yourself.
for free.
And the note pinned to the top of our page,
Mhm.
at least try that first and then come to us. If we can't help you, we will always, always look into and try to find a place for you to go in
Mhm.
your country.
Yeah.
And people need to understand that doesn't cost a cent.
Yeah, all of it's free. Everything we do and what we look up, we all do for free, and you can do for free as well, or we'll do it for you for free. But never
There's,
ever pay.
there is, William, there is absolutely nothing that you and me do
Hmm.
that costs anything.
No, it's all free. We never pay.
And we're Yep, and we're quite happy to share that and teach it.
Exactly. You
People
know,
do not need to be spending money to do things they can do themselves.
exactly,
And that's
exactly.
what we're here for.
So the next questions.
Oh, here we go.
So someone had asked. So
Oh,
after being a,
no, it's just the way you said it.
so after being a victim of a romance scam, you started the page. You met William. Uh, was it an immediate attraction to him, or was it something else? And when you first started talking, how did you make sure he was real?
Oh, that's easy.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's an easy one for me. Uh, yeah. William started coming to the page after, well, you could say that, after some,
Well,
you say,
I'll explain what happened and how I
say how
found.
you came, say how you came to the page and then I'll
Yeah.
finish.
Well, what had basically happened is a friend of mine was following some anti-scam pages, and it was Ann's page he was following, and he would comment on, and he had found the page because he liked to talk to really pretty porn star looking women on the internet, and he was probably getting scammed, and that's how he probably found your page. But my friend of mine was on her page as a page fan, and I got a PM in my inbox one day from a lady that ran a different anti scam page who said to me that your friend is following a page that is a fake run by a Nigerian scammer. And I had no idea. I didn't know what she was talking about. I was like, okay, whatever. And she gave me the page link, and it was a link to Anne's page. And for some of you that
and
don't
I'm a
even
Niger- and I was a Nigerian man, according to her.
Right. What happened was Anne had this anti-scam page she started, and other anti-scam pages, they kind of hate on each other, some of them. And so they were accusing Anne of being a Nigerian man, which she obviously wasn't. And so I went to the page,
Yeah,
and I had to
do
see.
I sound like one?
No, and I went to the page, and I had to see what it was about. And I started hanging around the page because of the humor, the education. I knew a little bit about online scams, but not to this degree with romance scamming. So I started hanging around the page, and then Anne can take it from there.
Oh,
Hmm,
yeah,
yeah,
okay.
your turn.
So yes, I was very, very, very sure of who was commenting and who was liking, and I was very anal, to, for want of a better way to say, um, about who was on the page. And as we all know, women fall mostly for these romance scams. There are lots of men that don't come forward due to embarrassment.
Mhm.
However, William just kept commenting on the page and commenting on the page, and I went to his profile and I had a look, and I sussed him out, and I realised it was a real profile. I let him go, and then one day he came to the inbox
I did.
and
I
just,
messaged you.
how are you? And this is a great page, and blah blah blah. um, yeah, take over.
Okay. Well, then we started chatting more and more on the page and in the inbox. Just have a great day. This is great. How are you? And then one day she asked me to Skype, and I had never
I want to make sure, just triple check
that I
that
was
you were
real.
real.
Well, and I had never Skyped before, and I had a laptop, and I was like, okay, well, and I downloaded Skype, and I didn't know what I was doing, and so the first time we were supposed to actually Skype with each other, and this is the honest truth, I couldn't figure out how to turn my camera on, and she was on
Oh,
Skype, and
scammer,
I kept
scammer.
saying, well, my camera won't turn on. I said, hang on, I was getting kind of angry because I really enjoyed talking with Anne, and I thought, well, she's got to know I'm real. And then finally, I got my camera, figured out how to turn it on. It was just a setting on my laptop, and we started Skyping. And when we first Skyped, you asked me, I don't know if you remember this, you had asked me to hold two fingers up and wave them in the air,
Yeah.
and I did. And so then, I was real, and we went from there, and then we ended up meeting in person. A few months down the line, I think it was end of July, early August, and we had really started talking.
What year? 2014.
2014, I think we first started
Yeah.
talking in like February. Then in May, we got more of a
Yeah.
serious talk, and then end of July, early August, I flew out to Australia to meet you. So
And
that's good.
again,
And again,
and again in December.
in December, and went totally
The
financially
only
broke.
Christmas we have had together,
Yeah,
even though we've been a couple for 6 years.
yeah, yeah,
So for people that don't really know how we roll,
yeah.
really hard.
Yeah, and
But yeah,
it's tough. It's financially it's very expensive to fly from. I live in Oregon, and I also live in a very remote-ish kind of area, so it costs me almost as much to fly from here to Los Angeles as it does to fly from Los Angeles to Sydney. So it's expensive. And now with COVID, it's very hard to even go to the grocery store right now, let alone fly overseas. So we're just kind of
mm,
doing things as they go. We had so definitely the question was asked of somebody, do you think you can find love online? And obviously, yes, you can.
well, we have.
Yeah, I mean, it's
It's honestly, it's that simple. We have.
yeah, and there, there are people that do. A lot of people find each other online. They get married. It can be tough
But
too.
that's why we need this page.
Yeah,
Um, it teaches people if they pay attention.
right.
Sadly, we have some people that just don't.
Yeah,
But yeah, it. If you learn how to avoid the fakes and know what the scammers do and say,
hmm,
which is one of the reasons we bait, please look up our YouTube channel on scamming scammers. Um, it's 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 not hard if you know what to look for, but I didn't know what to look for. I had no idea, and we understand that people are going to come to us each day and do not know, as I didn't. So
yeah,
I respect that, and I will help. William will help.
yeah.
We will both help. You know, we don't want people to go through this.
No, it's horrible, and we've had victims that have taken their lives over this, and if we can help educate and stop somebody from sending money, then we will, and we'll do our best to educate people, and we'll keep doing it as long as we can keep doing it. You know. Um,
Yeah.
la- Last question somebody asked, and I think it was important because I try to get all the comments on YouTube. It's really difficult to answer all of them. Same with the page. It's people don't understand how time consuming it is to do the page, and we do our emails, and we do our YouTube videos and comments, and our YouTube channel gets thousands of comments a day. I can't even keep up with them anymore. um, but it's a big chunk of time. And one of the questions that was asked, and this is the last question I'll pester you with tonight. uh,
Oh, really?
yeah. But it was an important one because
I'm not quite sure I believe that.
I got to make the video for this, and it's getting long. So, one of the questions that are asked quite often, and I do miss people's questions about this, but how are you? As you know, you've had a lot of extraordinarily messed up health issues in the last over a year and a half. How have you managed after all your surgery and your health, and how are you doing?
Look, um, I've had some horrible things happen the last 2 years of my health. I've nearly died a few times,
Yeah.
but I'm still here, and I'm so sad, William, for you actually, that you weren't able to be here for that.
Yeah.
But I'm okay now. I'm okay, and I'm getting very strong. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
One day at a time.
That's right.
Yeah. So, that answers people's questions about her health because I've had a lot of people ask me, how is Ann? How is her health? How's her health? And, I know you're very private about, personal issues in your health. And of course, you don't want to tell everybody every single detail, but you did have a couple surgeries and you nearly died, and it was very serious. But I hope
Yeah.
that gives people kind of an answer they were seeking as far as how you're doing. Um,
It's been it's been really rugged,
yeah.
and not having you here. We're getting off topic, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's been really, really, really rough.
Yeah.
And um, actually, I'm going to say it anyway, but
Mhm.
it makes me really sad that you got a phone call from a hospital saying she might not make it.
Yeah. I was actually at
Uh,
work when they called me, so that made it even worse. But yeah.
yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's not your
I
fault.
tried. Well, I tried real hard. Look at me. I'm good.
You're
I'm good.
here. You're here,
Yeah.
and that's what matters. So, but that's pretty much all of the questions people asked. And again, if I missed anybody's question, I apologize. I have had trouble saving my documents on my computer, and I lost some
Yeah, I heard
questions.
about that.
Yeah, I woke up one night, a huge thunderstorm and lightning was like flashing in the bedroom, and I got up and I shut down my office computer, and I forgot to save the document. And it was like 2 in the morning, woke me up out of a sound sleep. So I hope I saved it, got everyone's questions. If I missed a question, I'm sorry. And then someone asked if you would interview me in the future, and I said sure, that's fine. So we're just kind of doing these impromptu interviews.
I can't wait for that. I'm
Yeah,
so much funnier.
but
I'm so much funnier than William. I will make it a really, really cool interview, and you will know so much about him. I'm sorry, William. Did you hear
yeah.
that?
Well, I'm glad to do this interview because so many people. I mean, as you know, I'm more of the face of the channel. Like I do the videos and the Q and A's, and Ann is always here. She's always on the page. She's always working the page, and
I am.
she is here. I mean, a lot of
And
always.
I'm interrupting all the time. I understand that.
Yeah,
Sorry. Um, however, yeah, I'm in the inbox most days.
yeah.
And people thank William, and I just go, you're welcome, but it's not always William, it's me,
No, it's
and yeah, we both do it,
we're both there, and that's the thing people need
but
to realize too is you do work the inbox, and the only thing you don't touch is the YouTube videos. I make the videos, and that's it. You know.
hell no, I have no idea about that stuff.
But when you guys come to the
I,
inbox,
I'm
Ann is
I'm
on the
very
inbox.
I'm tech challenged.
Yeah.
I'm tech challenged,
So I
but
mean, yeah.
I do pretend I'm William sometimes just to let it go. You know, people go, "Thanks, William," and I'd put a thumbs up or "You're welcome," but it's not William all the time.
Yeah.
But please note, it's only me or William.
Yeah, no one else works our page or anything. It's just the two of us.
No,
When you come to our
it's
inbox, it's
either
just us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll say
Sorry.
when you come to the inbox, people are concerned about who's going to see what they say. It's just Anna and myself. There's nobody else that has access to our inbox. It's only the two of us. It's always, just two of us. So you don't have to worry about other people seeing what you say to us. And you also know that, whatever you say to me, Ann sees, and whatever Ann you say to Ann, I see. So we're kept up on your situation because we both read all the messages.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. People need to know it's only you or me.
yeah.
And quite frankly, sometimes they talk to you and then I answer back when it when they come back.
Yeah.
So just know if we accidentally go, I'm not sure what you mean or whatever, it might have been because it was William
Right.
or it might have been because it was me,
Exactly.
but it's only the two of us.
Yes,
And yeah, that's how we roll.
it is.
And, and the bottom line is we're here to help.
We are.
But, but you need to learn.
Yes. And that's one thing I want to cover before we close this out because this is going to take me 5 hours to make this video. You know,
I'll get over it,
you know what?
sunshine.
You know what? The only thing that Ann and myself have one pet peeve about, well, we have a lot of them, but one of the main ones. Um,
Oh,
we
yes,
have people that
too.
come to our inbox that, have come to the inbox for years. And every day or every week, they come in with a new boyfriend that they've met online. And it's a scammer, it's a fake profile. And every week,
They're not learning.
they're not learning. They just come and say, "Was this man fake?" And we'll come back with, "Well, what does he say?" "Oh, he's on an oil rig in Nigeria and he broke his foot." Yes, it's a fake. And then two
Mm.
days later, that same person will come back and say, "Well, is this one real? He's on an oil rig in the Gulf of Mexico, and the oil rig exploded, and he needs an iTunes card." So
I'll
they're
tell you,
they're not
I'll
learning.
tell you, that frustrates me because, you and I,
Mm.
right,
Yeah,
we live hand to mouth.
yeah, we do.
People come to our inbox that are giving away thousands and thousands of dollars, and they come daily and go, "Is this one fake? I sent him this, I sent him that." And I'm thinking, oh my God.
Hmm. It is
There
frustrating.
are people that are not learning. They're just using us. And I'm sorry to say it, but it's true.
It is.
And, you know, we're good people. There's nothing we wouldn't do to help people. But only people that want to help themselves is where I'm at now.
Yeah.
That's like, what, 7 years, 8 years later.
Hmm.
If you don't want to help yourself, I'm not going to help you.
Yeah.
We're getting to that point. We're so busy. There's only the two of us, you know.
Hmm.
You're doing the emails. You're doing the YouTube, and the YouTube is amazing. So anyone who's not following on YouTube, please do. Scamming Scammers.
Hmm.
It's the same photo as the Scammers Action page,
Hmm.
but we could lose our Facebook anytime. I mean, it
Yeah.
happens all the time. We've lost it 3 times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
It can
yeah,
happen. I mean, and with the inbox, we work the inbox every day, and the same with the emails. But I do keep in mind too that it can take us a little bit of time to get back to you. I've had people email me and 20 minutes later email again saying, "What's your problem? Why won't you help me?" When you open an inbox and there's 200 people waiting for help, and some people that do send messages, their situation takes 20, 30 minutes sometimes to sort through and investigate. So all I ever ask is people to be patient and don't be rude with both of us because we're doing this for free. You're not a paying person paying us money to do this. We're doing it all for free. So please, please wait your turn and be patient. That's all I ever ask. So,
and also, yeah, I'm going to add to that. If someone writes, "I need your help," and you're right, "Sure, how can I help you?" And
yeah,
then you go on to other inbox.
we do. We'll come back to
You
you.
know, yeah, we will get back to you, but just give it at all.
Yeah, be straightforward. I've had a few inboxes. I know we're getting off topic, and I'm going to close this interview in a second. People get off topic, and here's the thing: you come to the inbox and you say, "I'm being scammed," and so we will write back, "What's happening?" And they write, "Well, am I being scammed?" It's like, "Well, tell us what's going on," and they send a photo of someone's eyeball, and they say, "Is this man a scammer?" It's I can't do it anymore. So please, if you come to the inbox, you email us, please bring everything. Bring the profile link. If you sent money, tell us who you sent money to. If you know what the guy's story is, oh, he's an oil rig worker. He's from Nigeria working. He blew up his foot on an oil rig. I sent him $25,000 in iTunes cards. Tell us these things. Don't just send a picture of somebody's half their face and say, "Is this man a scam?"
Yeah,
And then get
it's
angry
going to
at
take a
us.
lot longer to get back to you
It
if
is.
you drag the information out.
Right, and don't get angry with us when we say, "Well, we don't know." Well, what do you mean you don't know? Well, the picture of someone's half a face, I don't know if it's fake or not. So just please
Yeah.
be open. But anyway, I don't want to go on too much longer, but I wanted to thank
No,
you, Anne,
no.
for
That's, do you have any other questions for me, William?
uh no, I think I'm good. I don't I I don't know how you put up with me, but hey.
I'd put up with you better if you were here.
I know.
So
The
I
situation in
want
the world
everyone
sucks.
to pray or whatever they do that eventually
Yeah.
we can be in the same place.
We'll get there, and just the world right now is really in a bad spot, and for everybody it's just horrible, but we are aware of what's going on in the world, and we're saddened by everything that's been happening in the last three
Absolutely.
three months. I mean, Corona and then the situation here in America is just really heartbreaking. So But
Yeah.
you
And
know,
before that, Australia nearly burnt down.
yeah, Australia was on fire. So it's been a rough year, but
Yeah.
hopefully things will get better. I wanted to thank you for doing this interview. I hope it answered a lot of your guys' questions about Anne and who she is. And yes, she is a real person. And
Yes,
she's
I
from,
am.
she lives in New South Wales in Australia. And
I
um,
do.
and that's it. So
And my dog runs my life.
and her dog runs her life. So, but we thank you guys. Thank you, Anne.
While I'm waiting for William, I have my dog.
Right. Well, thank you, Anne, for answering everybody's questions. And if you want to thank everybody, and
You're welcome. And yeah, thanks, guys. No worries. I mean, I have nothing to hide. I'm very open about what happened, and I just want to help.
yeah,
It's
absolutely.
it's that simple, you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna end this. This is almost an hour long, so I appreciate it and thank you. And we'll see you guys in the inbox.
Yeah.
And hopefully, when things come together, we could do some videos of us together. But just so you know, I will be putting up some photos of us together. You guys have asked, do you guys have any other photos of yourself? Because the photo on our Facebook page is like 6 years old. So
2014.
yeah, it's an old photo. So I'm gonna throw up some photos in this video of us, and just so you guys can get to know who we are. And so, all right, thanks everybody. We will see you in the inbox. Stay safe.
Hang on.
Yeah,
Save me. Thank you.
thank you, Anne. All right, bye
I love
everybody. Love you too. Bye.